Welcome back to today. I have some for another anime first impression video. This will be on a retro anime, older anime, not one that's airing currently. So I'd like to give out suggestions in between the seasons. That way, if you're looking to look at something maybe that's older, then this is your place to find them. This is going to take us back to 2012, which is 12 years ago, time of recording at least. And then it's technically not retro, but it does have an old timer feeling anime, and I'll talk about all that in just a second. But one, if you haven't seen my other older anime reviews or retro anime reviews, go watch those. I do first impressions like this one, as well as reviews once I finish them. So go check them out. They're here on my channel. I don't have a lot, as much as new ones, but I do have quite a bit. So go check them out. I do appreciate all the love and support that I've been receiving lately. I'm trying my best to reply through all the comments that I've been receiving. Quite a few on the TikTok. So thank you so much for those that are following me on TikTok. Make sure you continue following me. I know I've been slower there just because I've been trying to be faster here. So you just kind of give or take, and it is what it is. So I do appreciate all the support and love. So okay, let's talk about Medaka Box. Medaka Box can be found first of all in hidive. Hidive is a company just like Crunchyroll that releases newer stuff, but also older stuff, both sub and dub, and they're doing a pretty good job. Like from what they started from to what they are now, they have a pretty good collection of stuff. A lot of the Sentai film stuff is with them. So if you're ever looking for stuff like that, it's in that company. And the price is not as much as Crunchyroll, but they are raising it little by little because I'm assuming they want to grow as big as Crunchyroll. But we'll see. It is 12 episodes long, and it aired, like I said, in 2012 in, I believe, the spring season. And it is a kind of high school life situation anime, I guess you can say. It is older feeling. Like, in fact, when I was watching it, I almost felt like I was watching a early 2000s. Like the animation was that, it felt that back far. Like it didn't feel early teens. Early teens is when, well, really, yeah, early teens, around 2013, 2014 is when I came back to anime, or really dive into that anime for the first time, before, the typical Dragon Ball and, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon that you watch as a kid. I watched as a kid, didn't really do much anime other than read manga in high school, and then I dived in the early teens into actual anime. After reading manga, it's kind of a easy jump, but I did jump into anime, and that's when I started watching the newer stuff. And it feels like some of the newer stuff, the animation was doing a lot better than this one. So personally, I feel like, yeah, the animation could have been better, but it is what it is. So we follow the story of two individuals. One is the class president, who essentially wants everyone to be good and fix their problems, and she has kind of this like utopian mindset for the high school of how she's gonna fix everyone's problem and everyone's gonna fall into direction. And the other one is her childhood friend, who is being forced into the student club, because she wants him there by her side. One, to help her with the individuals that are going to be harder to deal with, which we see some in this episode. But two, they he's the one that she's known the longest, and she really finds a connection with him, right? So there is kind of a little romance there going on. I will say at the beginning, like he brings her into like the student council room, and then she just starts changing in front of him, and it's very out of the blue fan service, and that's it. Like the entire episode, we don't really get fan service very much, other than maybe the usual pretty girl here and there, but other than that, we don't really get fan servicey. Other than that one awkward scene that it just felt really off place, and I will remind, I guess, viewers that was very common in the teens, even early 2000s. They would throw random fan service scene, not really necessary for the plot, not really necessary for the buildup of characters, but it was just thrown in there because people wanted it, people liked it, and it was just kind of like, okay, whatever. Anyways, not the point. Story is, she invites them to basically deal with a club that is falling apart, and this is the fighting club. I forgot the specific fighting name, but it's the one with the sticks, the bamboo sticks, and I hate myself because I knew the name and I just forgot it. But anyways, they're trying to fix the problem. It's taken over by gang members, and in reality, the gang members were the actual members of the club, the Kento Club. The Kento Club is not sticks. Anyways, and they end up fighting the president, and the president beats them up and inspires them to start training again. So she ends up cleaning the Kento Club for them, and they arrive the next day, and they start training, and it's all like over exaggerated. Like, obviously that's not going to happen in real world, but the mind-sided per character is the guy who's like, it's never going to happen. And eventually there's another character who's the one that requested the help. He ends up going into the Kento Club as well, beating everyone up again, and then he starts fighting the president's friend, and he ends up winning. But we find out that he was the one that requested the help because he really wanted a Kento Club that will be well respected and all. It was just like an all dramatic thing, and he ends up being again controlled by the president, and the president just seems to have an attraction to her, not just physically, but just something about her that people want to follow her, and he ends up falling in line as well as everyone else in the Kento Club. So that's in a nutshell the first episode. The feeling that I got from this episode is that for the entire rest of the season, every episode is going to be essentially almost different. They're going to be dealing with a different scenario. We are going to get maybe a romance plot in the background between the president and her childhood friend, maybe getting together eventually, and that's how the episodes will connect. But other than that, I feel like each episode could probably be watched by itself. Now, I don't know that for sure now, but that's what I feel like what it's going to be like. A lot of the anime from that era, I say era, it's like it was that long ago, but that time, especially slice of life, high school type of anime, it was like that. It didn't really connect the plot. The plot was just, we're going to do something and we're going to kind of repeat the same plot every episode, which is she's going to find someone who's suffering, they're going to fix them, they're going to have some background story that's really not relatable to them, and then that's it. So I'm excited to see, how fun this one is. I know there's a sequel. I haven't found the sequel yet where it might be, but maybe eventually Hidive will put it, or yeah. This one in particular is both dubbed and subbed in Hidive, so if you're looking for one that's dubbed and subbed, this one is. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.